I have no intro or start, so we're starting right now. Congratulations. Welcome to the Matt Johnson Show podcast.
Woohoo!
We won't even
Hello.
put that in. It's fine.
We are glad to be here.
We are happy to
And
be
you're,
here.
is that a 5-pump water right there?
Yes, I've been experimenting with different pumps of sparkling waters. We're still on the 5-pump, but I've been experiencing with longer. This sounds so it sounds more inappropriate
Horrible.
the longer that I talk about it. But I was literally about to say I've been experiencing with longer pumps, experimenting, trying longer lasting pumps. Yeah. Anyway,
This is Intimate Time with Matt Johnson.
Welcome to the podcast. This is what it is. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. Okay, so
So do you want to know what our technical difficulty was?
please, yes.
As a professional in the video audio world, I forgot to plug in the mics.
At least that's an easy fix.
I was looking at
He was holding it in his hand. He was holding the cord in his hand.
Should these be connected? I don't know. Okay.
did you try plugging it in?
Oh my goodness. I will tell you guys, I've only done one Zoom podcast so far. And my attendee, great audio, he was great, great video. I completely just baked my audio. So over the top, so over leveled.
Whoops.
It's just rah, 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 rah. When I'm talking, I was dang it.
Oh, no.
And
Yeah.
not fixable, but that podcast is already scheduled.
Whoops.
It's going up, baby. People gonna complain.
Just do it.
Just go
Gotta
for
do
it.
it live.
Well, I'm recording these too, so if it's horrible, just let me know.
Well, we can fix it. We can definitely fix it. Oh my goodness.
We can fix it in post.
Exactly. Okay, so we hung out. Didn't we hang out at Vision Quest? Was that us hanging out at Vision Quest?
It's Venture.
It's
It was
It was Venture.
Okay. I confuse
Yeah.
all of my
Yeah.
my V events.
Venture 2020.
2020, yeah.
Post-pandemic Venture.
Been a while.
Or mid-pandemic Venture.
No, that was
Mid-pandemic Venture.
May, and they're like, we're doing it, and we're like, okay.
That was
It was
they moved it to
October.
October.
Oh yeah, they pushed it back.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that
They
was
pushed it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm aware of dates and times.
That's the only
It's fine.
that's the only reason we ended up
It's
coming
fine.
because they moved it and we're like, hey, let's
That's
go.
right. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
stressful, but it all worked out.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was fun.
Loved it.
Jinx.
Loved it. Man. Okay, so y'all been basically doing your podcast for how long now? Like a year and a half, 2 years?
Well,
We've been doing it, air quotes if you're listening,
yeah.
since 2021.
Mm-hmm.
We've been consistent with it since March.
Of this year.
So you've been
Right.
feasting for since March, and there's been
Yes.
some famine in
There's been
between.
lots of famine periods.
Yeah.
We had go ahead.
Wedding season got really chaotic in 2021. And so...
And 2022.
And so something had to give. And we were like, yeah, the podcast is going to take a back seat for a minute.
I get it. I totally get that. So you did.
But then we
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, did y'all have the push that I experienced, where it was like, okay, we've had all these cancellations. Oh, it's 2021 is the year. Cool for every
Yeah.
single wedding.
Yes.
We
Yes.
I think we actually rescheduled 7 total.
Yeah.
Some of those were like, hey, we're going to do a small ceremony this year, and then 2021 we'll do everything again for everybody. But there were about 7, and then we ended up booking, and what do we have, 35, 40 that year?
Yeah, it was a lot.
45?
Too many.
It was a lot. It was too many.
Too many.
Way too many.
That is too many. I agree.
And then
Yeah.
2022, we said, okay, got to take a step back. We did 25.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, our 25 were all the second half of the year.
Yeah.
And they were double and triple headers.
Mm-hmm.
So then our workload was back to back.
So fast forward to 23, we're like, okay, we're going to push the pedal down on YouTube. So if we're doing that, we might as well do the podcast also.
Yes.
And that's what we've done. And it's been great. We're up to almost 400 videos on YouTube.
Cranking them out.
And just every day. Shorts are included, but I mean, that counts.
Those
right?
do count now. No, they count exactly for your metrics and everything and views. And I was like, oh, this counts now? Okay, I guess I got to consider that too. All right, great. We'll just crank it out. And
It's so much. It's so much.
But it's kind of the growth that we got the first half of the year this year is kind of what lit the fire. We're like, we have to keep going.
yeah,
Even we're kind of in a lull, but we just got to keep pushing.
yeah, definitely. So
And it's fun. I enjoy
how
it.
have y'all been because you've been doing YouTube shorts. How are y'all liking those as opposed to Reels /TikTok etc.?
Well, I don't do anything except show up to film for YouTube, like literally. But I do handle all the TikTok, all the Instagram, Threads now. Like, I do all of that. I am 100% hands off with when it comes to YouTube. Alex does YouTube, and then we have Joe who helps us as well.
Joe.
Joe is our
Joe
YouTube
is our
manager.
YouTube manager. But I am not as active on TikTok as I should be. I really should be more active.
We have so much content that we could put on TikTok that we could probably post like 5 times a day for a month.
Yeah, I don't love the atmosphere over there, if I'm being honest.
We got some hate on YouTube recently.
Oh, tell me more.
It wasn't really hate. It was more like
He doesn't tell me these things because he knows it'll stress me out.
It was the trolly people that like the information you're given is pulled. It was pulled from a podcast,
Ugh.
so obviously it's not in context.
Was it on a short?
It was on a short from the
Okay.
podcast, which I mean that's kind of the point of that is
Yeah.
to kind of sensationalize.
Yeah.
It a little
Oh, yeah.
bit. It was about not having a plan B, but it was out of context. It was just literally saying
Mhm.
if you don't have a plan B, then you're going to push toward your plan A better. But then people are like, well, that's a stupid piece of advice.
Yeah, I get that. No, it's
Yeah.
I'm sure you get that.
I get a fair amount. I try to keep things positive. I did do a short, let's see, 2 days ago because I had Phil Harbuck on and we were talking, Philip Danger, as it were, who's
I saw that.
he's great, but he's like, I'll leave during the ceremony. Hot take. I'll go get some food.
I saw that. I was like, I audibly gasped.
Yes.
I was like, what? What?
But I was like, this is going to be such a good soundbite. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And
I still
Yeah.
need to listen to that in context because
Yeah.
my favorite thing though is that he was there in the chat, like replying to comments because people would be like, I would never. And he's like, well, what's wrong with you? Why wouldn't you? And I'm like, good
Oh my
job,
God,
Phil.
that's so
Just
funny.
he's just stirring the pot. I'm like, helping my
he's
engagement.
stoking the fire.
This is great. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Just keep him asking. That's great. So he was,
Thanks.
yeah, he was pretty keeping it spicy in there. I was like, that's good because normally nobody defends themselves. They're just like, you're an idiot, but he's like, no, I'm right. And then I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Okay, good job, Phil.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Violent.
Yeah. I
I'm
love
gonna go fly the
that.
drone. You're
Wait.
gonna what?
Like he did it.
I picture like we were talking about this in the car when we saw that, and I'm like, I picture like mom, who we've connected with a bunch, just turning around and just seeing me walk out the door.
Being
And
like, where is he going?
what is happening?
Yeah.
I-
Yeah.
We're in the middle of ceremony. This is what we're here for.
Oh my goodness.
But I think this sort of reiterates something that I've talked to so many videographers over the years is that there really is no rules. And
Yeah.
Make it up as you go.
like as long as you're happy and your clients are happy, who cares? Whatever.
I agree.
You're going to get a lot of people mad, but oh well, sorry, deal with
Hey,
it.
they see the product, they have a good experience. Otherwise,
I mean, that's all that matters.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if there was like one big thing that I wanted to cover in this talk here and all, we were like, what ideas do you have? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, I thought of one, but I'm going to keep it for my
Yay.
podcast. Cool. Full
Fine.
disclosure, we're recording my podcast and immediately after we're recording their podcast. So all of the
Yes.
above. Love it.
When is this going up? Because we can just like plan it to go up at
Dun,
the same
dun,
time.
dun. It's going to be like late August, I think. Second half of August, something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. We can make that
We
work.
could probably
I'll
make
let
that
you
happen.
know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. And so as I was talking to Rachel about this yesterday, and full shameless disclosure here and all, I have an idea for a YouTube video, but I want to like get other people's feedback on it. So basically y'all just going to help me with my YouTube video, which is really great for me.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I love that.
How much,
I love that.
What's the royalties
See,
on that?
there's like every million shorts views, you get like 10 cents or whatever they currently pay. So I'll split. I'll give y'all.
I could almost make a phone call.
Yes, I'll give y'all half of that out of how that works out.
10 cents.
When I enabled monetization, I was like, man, okay, my shorts are getting some decent views. I think I was like, you have made 18 cents this month. I was like, cool, thanks, YouTube.
Yeah.
Shorts.
Yeah.
We've been monetized since May,
Yeah.
and we've made $70.
Woo.
Yeah. I remember the first thing that he told us that we made. I don't remember what the amount was. It was like,
First day was like 30 36 cents or something.
Yeah. And then he was like, we're up to like $6. I was like, I can go get a McDouble.
That's
like,
it. That's all we got. Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McDoubles are $6.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, like they
Inflation.
still got the dollar menu there. Okay, you can do okay with the dollar menu. You can get a quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah.
You'll be set.
Oh, for sure.
Honestly,
For sure.
McDonald's sounds kind of fire.
Wonderful. Yes. Because where are y'all based again? You're in
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah. Do you have Whataburger? Is that up there? That's not that far up, is there?
There are.
There are a couple.
There are a couple.
Are there? I literally have never been to one.
Wow. We got to work on y'all.
We like Five Guys here.
We got to work on y'all.
I think that. Well, and I also have only been to In-N-Out once, but I got a lettuce wrap like an absolute idiot. Like, why did I do that? I was like, let's be healthy, and it was
In-N-Out.
terrible. It was terrible.
No such thing. They have a lettuce wrap to make you think that.
If you're gonna like experience, I'm big on, if you go to a fast food restaurant, you have to judge it on by what like everybody says is the best thing. You can't go.
I agree.
And get just a bad, whatever, a lettuce
I don't
wrap.
know what I was thinking. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
a lettuce
what I
wrap.
was thinking.
That's like getting a lettuce wrap fries.
That's weird. But I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know.
Well,
I need a redo.
yeah, you really do. And that's what I've told friends of mine that did In-N-Out, because I'm like, you didn't get animal style, a double animal style, then you didn't do it right. If you didn't go to Whataburger and get either like the honey butter chicken biscuit or the breakfast
That's
burger, or you get
Ooh.
like anything with lots of spicy ketchup on it, then you haven't done it right. And that's why you're not experiencing the
Yeah.
upper
Spicy
echelon.
ketchup.
Oh yeah, it's this jalapeno spicy ketchup. It's
I'll have to
fantastic.
see. I feel like there is one around.
See,
us, but I
at
don't know.
Five Guys, the trick is they usually frown upon this. You got to get the fries crispy.
Of course,
'cause
yeah.
I don't like their fries otherwise. And then get them normal. Don't get Cajun, but then get a side of the Cajun seasoning and put that in your ketchup.
Smart. I like that. I will
That's
take
better.
that. I will use that. We have Five Guys down here.
Cajun ketchup.
That's very
Cajun
good.
ketchup.
Oh my goodness, fantastic. Yeah. So if y'all don't want to go to Whataburger yet, just save it, and then I'll go with y'all sometime, and it'll be a great experience. But I got
Yeah.
who was it? Jay and Mac. Jay got. I think they tried it and he liked it, and you can order Whataburger online, and I shipped him like you can buy a bottle of spicy ketchup, and I shipped that to him in California because he didn't have
Oh
it.
my god.
And he's like, this is great. And like, he still posts. Like, I'll see every few months, he's like, eating my spicy ketchup again. And he's like, doing it. So I'm like, yes.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I just looked it up, and I feel like I might have been thinking of something else, but the closest one to us is in Mooresville, North Carolina. So
no,
it's
we
like
don't
10
have
hours
any.
away. So no, we don't
What
have
am I
any.
thinking about then?
I don't
That's
know.
why y'all been missing out.
It's
Okay.
not Whataburger. It's
Yeah.
it's another burger place.
Yeah. I
Y'all
don't
get
know.
a,
Cheeseburger? No, that's not it.
I don't know. Anyways, that's not what I actually wanted to talk to y'all about, but here we are. This is exactly how I like things going. Just completely off the rails.
Sounds about right.
So I was talking to Rachel about this, and I asked her, and she's like, I don't know. I'll think about it. And so she hasn't gotten back to me yet. But I'm trying to think about how wedding videography is changing, and sort of where weddings are going in the future, and like where wedding videography and how it's shifted. Because I feel like we've gone through different eras, because y'all been filming for quite a while now, like me here at this point. And it's sort of, you're seeing trends shift and grow and change. So run with that. Where do y'all think things are going? Give me content for my YouTube video. Dang
It's
it.
interesting. I just made a comment about who posted a reel about vertical videos. I think it was John and Nick did, I think. Anyway,
A vertical video about vertical videos?
it was a reel about vertical videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. My theory is that we're going to be shooting full weddings vertically and within 5 years.
Spicy. I like that.
Yeah.
And people are not going to like that.
I think the social content, like creator content creator. Wow, goodness gracious. The content creator thing is like massive right now, and we offer it. We only have one wedding for next year that's booked it, but they booked us with the mindset of knowing that we offer that, so they sought that out.
That's the only thing they wanted at first.
So can you
Yeah.
when it
can you
came to
clarify for
video.
people that may not understand? Because you're like, the content creator thing, they wanted that. They hired us for the content creator thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
And that is...
Yeah. So basically, this client at first only wanted videos and short form videos of like a behind the scenes style filmed on their iPhone.
And like an Instagram takeover type
Love
thing.
it.
Yeah, to post on their social media and make TikToks and reels and stuff on Instagram. And so we are hiring a videographer, quote unquote, that is basically going to take over the bride's phone and post in real time behind the scenes. And so
and then they'll get like all the other it's basically cell phone footage.
Yeah. So she'll film like just long form clips of what we film that are like 5 seconds.
And luckily we're working with a good planner, and she was very clear about content creator and videographer are not a replacement for each other. So don't rely on one for both.
Yeah. And so then they ended up adding both, which is great. But that's kind of where I see it going more, I think.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you got to remember like the days of, I don't remember because I was like 3, the days of the camcorders on your shoulder, and then before that was actual film, which we also shoot film now. And then, I mean, there's always a progression. Like widescreen was only seen in movies at that point, and now everything's widescreen.
Yeah.
So now we're just gonna turn it sideways.
I do think it's funny how videographers have spent so much time like, we got to get the cinematic bars on the top and bottom. We got to do it. Now we're like, just turn the whole thing sideways now. Just rotate vertically too. It's
literally.
fine.
Yeah.
You don't need the bars anymore. It'll be too tight. You got to keep those.
Oh my god.
It'll be like a little twig of video.
But at least now, I mean, new gimbals, they're built with, oh, you wanted to shoot vertical? Yeah, we got vertical mounts. Here, it's just made to shoot vertical. You're already ready to shoot everything vertical.
Well, doesn't one of the Ronins automatically
Just boop.
like if you hit a button it rotates?
I think yes.
And also one of their drones
Yes.
does that.
My brother has the Mini 3 Pro, and we were playing with it, and he's like, yeah, it's so great, just boop, and it's the camera whole gimbal, just boop, vertical, and then
Yeah, we need to get that.
We need to buy that.
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
And it's significantly smaller than what I have.
Yeah, we should
It's a
get
baby.
that.
It's so great.
Nice. What do you think? Where do you think it's
I 1,000% agree with y'all on the vertical stuff. I feel like that's like one of the key things is people are going to want that, and that's kind of where things are, as much as it like kills us as traditional filmmakers, like, no, stop it, dang it. Like I remember there was a Casey Neistat video, and he met up with Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber was filming something vertically, and Casey like went over to him and like twisted his phone sideways and just like, what are you doing? And he's like, film this way, it'll be better, you'll like it better.
Yeah.
And then Justin was like, no, and didn't do it. I was like, man, like this crazy.
Yeah,
The Biebs.
It's insane.
Let's see.
Oh, so here's another question. Where do you think it's going after that?
Like after vertical?
After, what is the next thing that we haven't even really dug into yet?
Man,
I have a theory, but
well,
that
like after, God. Okay, tell me your theory then. Dang it! Like
in the current state of things, AI is huge.
Yes.
But what we're not talking about a lot is the augmented reality side of it.
That's good to think about.
Fully immersive augmented reality films.
Yeah.
Where you are literally like, it's filmed in a way that you feel like while you're watching it, that you are actually there, and you got to put on like the headset, and you look around and you see like moms. You could sit next to mom.
Okay,
during the
that's
ceremony.
actually so cool. You've never said anything like that to me before.
It's in a file in
It's
there
up there.
somewhere.
I have a theory, but I don't think that mine's the complete opposite. I think that people are going to want more documentary style.
So like back in the day style?
Yeah. Like I think people are going to want like hours of footage and it not edited. That's what I think. I mean, some people already ask for that, which I don't do. We don't do, but
We don't do.
yeah, but I think that could be where it's going.
Could it be both?
I mean, I don't know.
Augmented reality, full form. You literally sit in the ceremony if you want.
I can see people prioritizing that more as more and more people get on board with wedding videography in particular, and sort of how it is and how it feels and the vibe, et cetera. And they're just sort of, they're more sold on it than they were before. Whenever it was, I don't just need a photographer, I don't need a video. Suddenly they're becoming more into that. Which
What do you think?
I think that, and then I completely agree with you on the AI. And I think what's interesting about that is, I know that Apple with their new Vision Pro headset, I don't know if y'all watched any of the marketing for it, but they had a whole section of their keynote devoted to video recording and like memories and being able to play back memories. And they weren't calling it 360 video or virtual reality video or something like that, but they were calling it like, you're literally reliving memories. And so the way that it's filmed and presented is like in this ultra wide, you're a part of it almost format where you're really almost like a part of the video as it's occurring. And so I think that that's something to be considered in terms of if we're going more advanced here. Because right now you can get a 360 camera, you buy an Insta360, you put it on a stick, get there at the front, and it's like, here's your 360 view. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But if...
Like you reserve a seat for the ceremony for the 360
I've seen
camera.
it.
And that's where you have to,
I've seen it.
That's where you have to sit. That's where you have to sit if you want to watch a video.
I mean, hey, it's either that
there.
or like the uncle's at the front with an iPad holding it up to like live stream something.
Oh yeah,
so
we've had that. We've totally had
your
that.
choice, you know?
It's always an iPad.
You want the
It's always
stick or
an
you
iPad.
want the iPad. There's never like, it's not a normal phone ever. It's always an iPad. Like, you're like, what are you doing?
It's always an iPad.
Okay. So, but I like the thought of them using 3D construction and things like that, reconstruction in a way that it's actually making, and not like a cheesy three-dimensional, but in like a, hey, I'm already wearing this VR headset. I'm not just watching it on like a flat TV. Like I'm actually experiencing this in 3D. And I don't know. I'm really intrigued by the way that Apple's doing things because they're talking about it being a memory that you can relive. And that sounds so much more intense to me than just, oh, here's a wedding video. Okay, we're just watching it. But like, here's exactly how it happened.
That's interesting.
I think
mean,
the
that's
first
how
videographer that is able to actually pull something like that off is going to be the next, like, Matt Johnson.
I don't know if I ever pull that off. Yeah.
Or Kalen Rome. Kalen would be the one that does that.
Kalen would be. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he would be. I think that that's interesting because that's how I would say that the majority of videographers market themselves to begin with, which is ironic, you know?
Relive. That's been our slogan for 3-4 years.
Relive in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
But
it's also with videography, it's also like, but we take out the boring parts, okay? Like, you got to cut out a lot of like this stuff here.
Yeah.
Some people want the boring part.
It's true. Very true.
Yeah.
But it is funny. I feel like going back to what you were saying, Veronica, about documentary style, it's ridiculous. But like a decent okay, half my podcast always go back to Justin Porter and the things he's doing because I love him so much and I talk about him all the time, not just on podcasts, but just in real life. But he's doing these reality TV style wedding films, as he calls them, where he's it feels more like a movie, but he's also like, it feels like reality TV. And just think about that in terms of that style. If it wasn't so much work, I'd say that I see things going that way, but it is just a ton of effort. So
he does the most for sure.
I love it.
That dude is always hustling at weddings.
Always. So I'm trying to sort of think about how that's going to play out. But it could be really cool.
Yeah.
And he pulls people aside like reality TV style and asks them questions to
that's cool.
interject as what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's one of the coolest things to see, but it's also what I've told him is I'm like, this is amazing, but also it's really hard to replicate because it's a crap load of work. It isn't just a preset pack that you're like, oh, hey, like,
right.
If we're talking about old,
that's why he's jacked.
If we're talking about like,
that's why he's
yeah,
jacked.
exactly. If we're talking about like old trends, like back in the day, oh gosh, this was 8 years ago now, but it was everybody's doing like zoom transitions, like zipping around and all. And then it became like, it was cool initially, and then it became just like a preset pack that you could just buy, and then everybody's doing it. You can't really do that with a reality TV style wedding where you have to bust your butt and like be interviewing people and drawing out a story. So that's really cool. I think the other thing for me, because we talked about like vertical video, because you asked me earlier, Alex, you're like, okay, where else do you think this is going? Like future, past. I'm with you on AI, but I think in terms of having like, I think we're going to see a lot more AI editing, and it's funny because I'm like, I think that it'll be DaVinci some. I think Adobe is actually going to be pushing this really heavily because they're already pushing generative AI with their Photoshop, it's only a matter of time before it's in Premiere and everything like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They've already done some of it with After Effects
Yes.
too, with the content aware film,
Exactly. So we're just going to see
or whatever it's called.
I think where they're going with it, considering that right now they just added the ability for you to like transcribe your video and then edit the transcript. Like, how much further is it going to be for the AI to be like, oh, it's just words? Oh, I can understand that. Then I'm going to format this in a way that works well. And like, it's going to edit the video for you. And then it's crazy, man, like where we're going with this stuff.
It'll
That
build
is
the story
crazy.
bit, like you input all the audio bits that you want to use, and it'll be like, okay, here's a story,
Yeah.
and it'll probably be something that we wouldn't have even thought of.
Exactly. And it's interesting because I feel like for like AI generated stuff in particular, a lot of people hate on it. I see a lot of people saying like, oh, it's crappy right now, or like this kind of works, but oh, like especially in the video space, the videos look really weird still. Like it looks rough.
Oh yeah.
This is like the first year of it, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's already
Crazy good.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I will say for the photo side of things, I've played with the Photoshop AI, like generative fill or whatever it's called. I did not get as lucky as everybody else that I see on TikTok. I don't know if it's like the photo that I chose to play around with it. I wasn't actually taking it super seriously, but I was like, I want to at least try. And it did not turn out well.
What did it look like? Yeah, I never
It
saw
looked
this.
like absolute trash. Like I was trying to like see if I could, the couple was standing on a stage with their family for family formals, and the draping on the stage was like all wrinkly. And so I wanted it just to be like a flat floor, and it kept like adding these like candles on the floor. I'm like, why are you adding candles that don't even exist?
I don't need
like
candles.
and it wasn't. Yeah, it was just really weird. It did not work for me.
Just put them on the beach or something instead. Maybe that would work.
Remember your beach wedding?
Yeah.
You remember that, guys? Remember? It was
Right.
great.
And
we all remember that.
In the middle of downtown St. Louis, for
Yeah.
sure.
It was very humid.
So
Yeah.
many, so much,
That
so
would
much
be accurate.
ocean there in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So much of that
Yeah.
waterfront property.
Just walked right to
Oh
the
my
beach.
goodness.
So what's your YouTube idea though? With the
It's literally just talking about just the future of where things are going, which I think is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And people are always, we all want to know where things are going, right? And it's just sort of a, how is this shaping here? Like, just to help wedding filmmakers be a bit more prepared for what's coming. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this probably going to happen. I don't know for sure, but maybe don't commit to filming horizontal for the rest of your life because things may change. And
Things may
we definitely
change.
we do both. Like we don't prioritize one or the other. We make sure to get a good amount of both.
I can't remember the last time I actually filmed a engagement session horizontal.
Yeah, that's an exception to what I just said.
Because in general, that's all they want the engagement session for anyway is social media.
yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just going to film this vertical because it's optimized for what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Are you even using a quote unquote good camera? Or are you just like, I got a good phone. Here we go.
Not really. I use the R7
Yeah.
usually because it's easy. It's small.
It's still
the
professional.
C70 is a big old camera and it doesn't have stabilization.
I really thought you were going
The
to,
R7 works better.
I was like, wow, don't they shoot Canon? Like, it's just like, yeah, but the R7's trash. So it looks like a cell phone. So it's fine. I was like, wow, okay, Alex. All right, great. Wow. Canon listeners are going to be mad.
I know. I was like, why'd you say it
will
like
say,
that?
As a Canon user, I haven't been super impressed with the R7.
There's my soundbite. That's the soundbite for this podcast right there.
As a Sony guy.
What do you
We're gonna get
use?
some spicy angry comments from people. Like, what do you mean R7? I'm still a Sony pony over here.
Sony.
Yeah, but I've been with.
I'm trying to. Our main second is a Sony guy, and I've tried so hard every time to try to get him, and I've gotten him close with the C70.
Come on, bro.
But he took the R7 home and did side-by-side tests, and he texted me and said, "Yeah, not even close."
Why don't you? What's not impressive to you about the R7?
There's so much noise.
There is
There's so
a
much
decent
noise
amount
in
of
the
noise.
images,
Yeah.
especially in C-Log 3, and it's the sensor because it's a tiny.
I will say because
Photo sensor.
I color grade all of our films, so I will say even on like a bright day, sometimes there's like grain and
For no reason.
like a suit jacket. I'm like, why?
What are you doing? What are you doing, Canon?
Yeah.
It's a good camera. Don't get me wrong, but Leaves a lot to be
He's
desired.
backtracking. He's backtracking now.
Still a good camera, please. Please, no, sorry. That was already, we didn't have enough room in the soundbite for you to give that caveat at the end.
Bummer.
So the angry comments are still coming. It's okay. You can defend yourself and help my engagement. It'll be perfect. So
that
good.
Oh my
works.
gosh, that's so funny.
Okay, cool. Great talking to y'all. Have a good day.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
You too. Thanks,
ya.
Matt. Bye.